Alright, greetings viewers of Firebrick Man. Today I am playing something which is different to what I usually play, at least on my channel. I'll be playing a strategy game known as Fire and Maneuver. Now, why am I playing this game? Because 1, I enjoy strategy games, and 2, it's a game made by a YouTuber who I watch a lot, known as Armchair Historian. It's basically a historical strategy game. I've linked the Armchair Historian's channel in the description as well, so you can go check him out. It's quite interesting once you look into it. And basically I've agreed to make a video on the game if I get access to the early alpha, which is quite generous of them, especially when you consider my low following, which is like 100 subscribers. It's quite a lot, I am thankful for it, but it's not really going to benefit them that much. Anyways, I'll try to recreate a battle, a historical battle maybe. I'll maybe do one battle because this game is somewhat laggy at the moment. So you have Germany, you have Britain, wait, you have the North German Confederacy, which is like the Prussians, I believe. You have the British United Kingdom. You have the Russian Empire. You have the Ottoman Empire, which is Turkey. You have the Austrian Empire. Kingdom of Sardinia. The United States of America. The Confederate States of America. Locked, I don't know which one this is. And then the Second French Empire. Alright, I will be playing as the United States. I will be trying to play against the British. I don't know if I can choose my opponent. Yeah, so I will be trying to play against the British. So there is a option to choose between AI and players. I'm not sure if they have added an option to choose which faction the AI is. I think I'll do this one. Maybe we could line up some cannons here and stop the British from crossing. It will be during the... Wait. Oh wait, you can't alter that. You can't change or alter it. I think I'm primarily going to focus on artillery forces. Then maybe, I don't know what force these are. I don't really know anything about the units here. Maybe I could have some information. Unit info, here it is. Alright, so I want something with a high amount of range, because we're going to try to stop the bridge from crossing the bridge. Alright, they all have the same range, apparently. What about the cannons? Alright, so we'll have to primarily focus on the cannons, or not the cannons, the artillery. This is a Gatling gun. I did not know that Gatling guns existed at that time period, but it's good to know. Alright, so I don't know if we'll have to go for cavalry, because we're going to be on the defensive, and the cavalry is mostly offensive. I think that the best thing we could go for is maybe damage. Speed is not really that important right now. I think that I'll go for some of these, since these are appearing to be the best units, because they have a higher cost. Because based on the data, they all seem to have the same statistics, basically. I think I'll also go for more artillery. Maybe more long-range ones. This is the most long-range artillery, so I'll just go for all of those. And then one final force, the militia, which is an infamously bad force. We can also get better rifles for them, apparently. I think I have to have more funds. We can get rid of this force. There we go. Alright, now go for this one, maybe. Alright, I don't know how this works. Oh, no, I do not want to go against other players. I want to go against the AI. Wait, hold on. No, wait. How do I... Alright, so I click change faction, maybe that will restart everything. But I think after you get an option to select your opponent here. Confirm. Alright, no, wait. Alright, I'm struggling with the settings here. I'm properly setting up the match. I think one issue with the game could maybe be that it's difficult to set up. Alright. This is quite awkward. Yeah, it does at times. You know what? I might as well go against player. Never mind. Yeah, at this point I'll sell for anything, but he's right. I'll have to maybe change the order size. No, I think get clear weather is best because of performance. I'd say summer. These can't quite be edited, can they? Order count. Yeah, no, I'll increase the order to like 16 maybe. As I go for some more artillery mayhaps. Alright, how do I select AI? When I'm doing ready. Wait, so now I don't have an opponent. That's weird. Alright, what happens if I press ready now and then press on start battle? Because last time I did this, I got a notification which asked me if I want to go against AI or other players. And I clicked on AI. But this time it didn't send me a notification. Which now literally have no opponents. Wait, do I have any opponents? I don't know. What if I were to confirm? No, I'll try my best. So normally I would deploy them here. Alright. The game isn't really clear about how it should be played. But I think that game also expects you to have some experience with different strategy games, maybe. Like I can see elements of Total War in here. So I think that they expect you to have some experiences. Yeah, there is no AI, there's no opponent. Alright, no, quit. Why is the graphics quality on high? I'll have to change that one. Alright, we'll try that again. This time I'll do Age of Glory, maybe Age of Rifles is glitched. What if I don't click on this? Because the last time I clicked on it, now I'll not click on it. Computer. Alright, now I have actually chosen the French. Could I maybe change to the British because I want to do a historic battle? Wait, mayhaps I could maybe do a historic battle between the French and Americans. But I'm not sure if that ever occurred, so I'll have to search it up. Yeah, previous one wasn't exactly historic either. Alright, so there was a French-Indian War in 1754. But that's not really what I'm trying to go for here. Yeah, Caribbean War. Yeah, I don't think that will be possible, so I guess that we'll just have to roll with it, I guess. We'll try the same tactic as before. I'll increase the order count to an extent. Okay, that's more than to an extent. Our 8 is good. Alright, kill swing could maybe decrease. I'd say maybe 50%. I'll do the same thing as last time. But you could also see that there was a jungle there, which they could cross through. But that would take them longer to cross through, so and we could maybe defend it. Day, night, slow. Okay, we can't really alter any of those. Weather clear. I think I'll try to make it a smaller battle because of performance-related issues, and I also do not really want a long, drawn-out battle. Yeah, 1,500 is enough. I could maybe set them up across the bridge to stop them from crossing. And there wasn't much of a difference if you look at the statistics between the infantry units. So it doesn't really matter who I select. Or wait a minute. It has changed actually. Oh, never mind. I think I'll mainly focus on the artillery units because I want to stop the French from crossing the bridge. That's my main tactic. Well, I'm ready. Start battle. But this is not going to be a very long battle. If they cross, then I'm defeated because I don't have much melee units. My main forces are comprised of artillery. But if I manage to stop them from crossing... Oh, wait a minute, they can just cross normally. There isn't much of a water physics in this game, if I'm not mistaken. I'll just do auto deploy. Yeah, because I don't know if the deployment system really works yet. And if it does, I'm not aware of how it works. Alright, so a big problem right now is that they're closer to the bridge than we are. Well, I think that I'll do is I'll maybe set them up across this bridge and across this mountain, which could be of hindrance to their forces. So we'll not try to secure this one. Alright, I could maybe try to mix off these forces. I'll not move them yet. I think that they're trying to mix the forces a little bit. I don't know if I can gather information on their forces or not. This is usually the button for that. I can gather information on my own forces, but not theirs. And I mean that would be quite an advantage if I could. Yeah, overall my comments on the game so far is that they're maybe missing some features that would maybe make the game more easy to understand. Other than that, I'd say that it's quite a good game so far. It's just a little hard to get into. And there was actually an option in the main menu which could allow the players to learn a little bit about the game. But it hasn't been added yet. But one thing that I love about this game is the aesthetics. I think the graphics are very good. And the units are also quite amazing looking. But the problem is that you can't quite see them. You can see them a little bit, but you can't really get far down enough. It would maybe be cool if you could like go into a first-person perspective with these units. Not that you can control them, but more that you can see it from their first-person perspective. But that's maybe a little too much to ask. I don't know how hard it would be to program that. Right, so this is the attack mode where they do the orders. Alright, so I think that we won't be able to catch up to this bridge. So our main focus should now be on the mountain and this bridge here. I don't know if being in the city maybe gives us any advantage, maybe fortifications. Alright, so these people are going here, and these people are going here. They're going here, and they're going here. I don't know if I want to really mix the units. At the start I want to, but I'm not sure if it's a good idea anymore. I'm also not sure if they can really cross the waters. By the way, I like the graphics on the waters. I mean, I always like the graphics of the waters in games, but I think that it's quite well made. It seems to be a somewhat mix of cartoonish realism. Which is quite a unique style, which would separate it from its competitors. It has somewhat the same style of Bendy and the Ink Machine, if you look at the overall graphics. I think the mountain looks a little unnatural here. Looks a little bit like it was stretched in Blender. This is not really how real life mountains would look. But I think that would be a cool feature if they maybe added ladders, which you could climb mountains with. But they could maybe add that along with the fortification system. Wait, you can't cross through the forest. That's interesting. That's why they weren't doing that. Wait, so our tactic could maybe work with the bridge, but we'll have to get there before they do. I have 2 artillery units here. I'm not sure if they can actually shoot from farther away than they can. I'm also going to do some Minecraft streams today. So yesterday I was meant to do a Hive stream, but I just couldn't get to do it because I had a lot to do. So I basically ended up not doing the Hive stream. But I'm going to do that stream along with a CubeCraft stream today. So the Minecraft fans on my channel can look forward to that. When Johnny comes marching home again. That's what this song is. Yeah, this is a good song from the Civil War. When Johnny comes marching home again, hurrah, hurrah. I think the soundtrack is also quite good, actually. Like, I haven't been commenting too much on the game's soundtrack, but it's a good remix of that song. So you cannot cross over the water, but you can cross over the bridge. Order phase. Right. He's crossing over the bridge. Wait. What? What? Is this meant to be happening? I'm not sure if this is meant to be happening, but yeah. I hope that the opponent does not do that, or we're basically dead. Alright, what is the opponent doing? The opponent seems to be moving through this grassland. They will either go for this bridge or that one. If they go for this bridge, they could maybe gain access to the city, which could serve as fortification. Now what we're going to do is, we're going to try to cross this bridge and guard it. Either we cross it and we catch up to them with superior forces, or we will guard this bridge. That's basically my tactic. So I'll send this opponent, not this opponent, this unit here. I almost called my own unit's opponent. That would have been quite the blunder. Alright, we are not really moving fast enough. They might be able to go there, yeah. They're cavalry units, so they're faster than us. Wait, so we can't cross into there. So we have to go back. If I'm not mistaken. If I'm not mistaken, then these people cannot cross into here. So we have to go all the way back and go from there. We forgot to command these units. They're still underwater under a bridge. Yeah, this is definitely a glitch. At least I hope it is just a glitch. Yeah, no, luckily they didn't send them back because they can just cross through here. Alright, so these units are cavalry units which you have no information on. They do not have any type of support, because all of these units are back here. They're hoping to take us on all by their own, all by ourselves. I don't know why I said all by their own. Yeah, commentating isn't really that easy. Anyways. I think that we'll be able to outnumber them, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know if we can have formations that are anti-cavalry. Alright, so this type of formation, which the British used against Napoleon in Waterloo. I don't know if that's the correct one, or if that's the one that I selected, but we'll see. And let's see if they go into the formation. Swap to square formation, that should be priority. Why is it so low down? There we go. They're in square formation and now we're on the defensive. We're blocking this side of the mountain region. Now this side has artillery units and this side is blocked with square formation. So they will not be able to cross from this side or this side. So they will have to go this way, which can allow us to cross this side and gain access to the bridge. But I don't know what we'll do when they cross from this side, because they'll gain access to the city. We could maybe leave this unit as last, and then bombard the city with artillery units. Let's see what happens. I'm not sure what the opponent is planning at the moment. But these people could also block this part with square formation. Yeah, the opponent is moving in. Moving in very quickly. This is worrying. I underestimate the time it would take for the opponent to get here. Front line. And go into square formation as well. We'll see what happens from there. But we're going to try to counter the cavalry charge. Alright, so this bit is quite insignificant since the opponent is primarily trying to cross from here. They do not seem to be crossing from here. Maybe we could move them past their defensive position and cross from here and defend this position instead. However, there won't be much room for defense here. Alright, so cavalry units are now mixing together. Alright, so that should be the top priority. I'll try to do something risky and maybe I could move one of these units here and the other one there. And then if they go here, then I'll just send the artillery on them. Okay, so I'm blocking their path so they cannot cross. I'm playing it defensively. Hopefully it will pay off. Usually the war favors the defenders, not the attackers. Wait, why is one of these units there? That's quite strange. They just walked past us. They just walked past us. But what are they trying to achieve here? Like, it's not like we're defending anything. I mean, these units can hold them off on their own. So, why are we even trying to defend something? It's not a good choice to just move past them like that. I'm confused as to why the opponent is avoiding direct engagements. Maybe they detected the square formation there. Alright, so it seems that they're trying to mostly mix their units here. They're not playing too offensively. However, we have underestimated the importance of this bridge. I think that maybe we could retreat and try to defend these two bridges. Yeah, we could maybe have to retreat. Or we could maybe have these people march on them along with the artillery. But they seem to have a large number of forces. I know what this does. Oh wait, I think they can just fire on them. Now I get it. You want them to fire on these forces, not there. Not fire at will. No, fire at them. And we'll see what happens. Yes, we did it. We have injured their forces. Oh wait, it's not the order phase, so now I don't know what's going to happen. But as we have massively injured their forces. Just look at this. They're heavily injured. The snake has lost his tooth. Alright, so we'll have to play it that way, I guess. We could maybe try to surround the opponent with a square formation that way. There we go. So they'll have to get out of square formation and move into line formation. Then get this way. And they'll retain their square formation for now. But we could easily surround the opponent by just moving them that way. And then we could fire on them with their artillery. The enemy is basically trapped in a trap which they can never escape from. Alright, so they've come close enough for us to fire on them. Unfortunately, they're facing that way, which means that I cannot order them to fire on them. Maybe this would work. Switch to reserve? No, that's not what I meant. I want them to turn this way so they can fire on them. What if they move this way? Yeah, there's no way we're doing that. Then I guess we'll have to send these troops back to come to rescue, I guess. Or no, the game could just not select them. Alright, well I think I will push further to surround them. Switch back to line formation and go here. Okay, that's not going to work. For whatever reason. Alright, so this is going to be a very long drawn out game. I think that I'll end the game early. So it says that I've been streaming for like 70 minutes. 17. It says 49 minutes now that I've refreshed. So I think that I'll play for another 10 minutes. Because I also have a lot of other things to do. But this would be a good game if I was in a day where I had like nothing to do. I also have like 2 other streams planned. But I really want to finish this game, so maybe I'll have to just play offensively even if I'm going to lose. But it's a very big shame because I really want to show you what this game has to offer to its fullest extent. But I won't be able to because I just don't have the time for it. Wait, maybe they can fire on them now. No, they can't. Can they maybe move this way? There we go. And then fire on them. Right, they'll block the bridge. And then when they go to the bridge, we'll fire on them. But it would be better if there was a way to like turn them around. But I'm not sure if that is a thing yet. Alright, I've been called on Discord. Luckily, I have it turned off for the stream. Wait, I can fire on them from here. But this is quite a fun experience at the moment. Because now I basically have the opponent surrounded. It's like someone who's standing in the middle of the ocean with sharks around them. Anyways, let's see. So now I should be able to fire on them, which is my main goal. Because this is an OP thing. But I think another thing for developers is that the cannons are a little overpowered. Of course, that's how it is in real life as well. But I just managed to wipe out half their cavalry forces. But I think it is already somewhat balanced out by how much you have to work to set it up. But I think that those forces are going to be joining them soon. So that's not going to be quite pleasant for me. Alright, they took another cannon shot. This time it didn't really wipe their forces out that much. Oh wait, it did. But they have such a high amount of forces that doesn't really show. But I think that what I'm now going to do is I'll try to overwhelm the opponents. Yeah, I saw what you said on Discord. Hey, welcome to the stream, Spectral. I'm currently doing a game made by Armchair Historian. Or the Armchair Historian team, more accurately. Wait, where has the opponent gone? Wait, we eliminated the opponent. Alright, so I think that we'll have to abandon the whole protecting the bridge tactic. Because we have the cannons, they do not have cannons, and we're going to abuse this. Alright, farewell. Thank you for joining me in the stream. Oh, they run away. They ran away quite well. This part was not blocked, so they just ran away from there. That's quite the same. Well, that cancels out missed, I guess. I think I'll try to mix the units so we can prepare for a conflict. Alright. We'll make them the reserves. We'll bring these units here. And then we'll add them to a square formation. If they're still charged vulnerable, is that accurate? Because if I'm not mistaken, the British use a square formation to deflect Napoleon's charge in Waterloo. Or maybe it was a different tactic, correct me if I'm wrong. I mean, they're the historians, not me, so... There should be an option to have them turn a certain way. But I think I'm now going to play it mostly defensively, for now at least. Okay, no, that's a bad idea. That's a very bad idea. You can just see how they overwhelm the opponents. How they overwhelm our forces. You can literally see that. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to sit back and maybe spam the artillery. So they're going in square formation as well. Alright, there we go. Alright, let me see. Wait, so they do have some artillery forces. Well, then a square formation won't quite be useful to me here, because they'll just shoot on me. It seems that they have primarily infantry forces and cavalry forces, wherewith they will try to rush at us. But they have one artillery force here. I'm not sure if charging them is a good idea, because we also have these forces here, who would later join in on a conflict. So I think what I'm going to do is, I'm going to play it defensively. So I'll switch these to line formation and move them this way. And then later switch them to square formation. So I'm basically giving the opponent a bridge. They can have it. Wait, I said I might end the stream after 1 hour. But I mean, it would be quite would be quite rude of me to just put all the hard work of the developers to waste by leaving this game early. I mean, I could always stream later, and I have basically all day to do the streams. So I try to give this game the best chance that I can give it. Despite having a lot of work to do. I could bring these here. Alright, so they are crossing from that bridge. This is not a good strategy on their part, because now I can safely defend this bridge. Alright, now we're going to skip the turn. There's not going to be much we can do here. Alright, why are some of the troops up on the mountain? This makes absolutely no sense. Alright, so I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring them this way. I'll put them in square formation as well. And I'll shoot on the opponents with the artillery when they come here. Or I could mayhaps bring the artillery along the path here. And as they are crossing, I will shoot on them. Yeah, that would be a good idea. I hope that this will not end in them destroying my artillery units, because they're basically all I have. Once they die, I basically fail the game. They massively outnumber my normal forces, so if I can't beat them with the artillery, then I'm basically dead. Unfortunately, very unfortunately, the artillery are facing that way. They cannot, absolutely not, face this way. So I cannot fire on them. I don't know if I can maybe turn them around. You know, it would be better if I just put them that way. Yeah, no, they're waiting this here on this tile. But it's just saying that they cannot turn around. Or maybe they can and I'm not seeing the option to do it. It would have been a very good attack on the opponent's forces if I could fire an artillery shot on them. I have another set of artillery forces, and these forces are facing this way, so now they can attack on the opponents. I don't know if we could maybe take over the city and fortify it from there. Mayhaps these forces could go inside the city. No, it's not the order phrase yet. I think the only way to turn them around is if you like click here. and they will have to face that way. But there's no option to officially turn them around yet. But I mean, it's not realistic, because in a real life war scenario, a general is not sending papers saying, oh yeah, turn this way so you can fire on these opponents. That's not happening in the real world. Maybe with ships, but not with like humans who have cannons. I mean, they'll turn around on their own. But I'm not sure actually. I have completely ignored these forces, and now they have a fortification on the mountain. Now, engaging them on the mountain here would be a death wish. So what I'm instead going to do is... No, I'm not doing that. I'm retreating. There we go. Alright, the time for conflict is arriving. Oh, they are exactly where I want them now. I'm not sure why they want this place. Maybe they want to fortify in the mountains here. But they won't get quite far, because now I have two separate artillery units here. They're stationed here, and they're going to fire on them as they are moving. So unless they directly engage my forces, they're not going to get quite far. So the AI isn't really playing wisely here. But one of my forces appears to be wounded. I don't know which one it is exactly. I believe it may be this one, because those were the only ones who really got attacked. There we go. It didn't do much damage, but it did something. Just a few more of those and they're dead. I also think that there should be a morale system in this game, if I'm not mistaken. And having artillery fired on you would definitely decrease your morale, won't it? So I think that I'm dealing a lot of damage to the opponent right now. At least I'm expecting to be dealing a lot of damage to the opponent. Alright, so with artillery forces, you don't want to play defensively. So I'm getting out of the defensive position and I'm directly engaging the artillery forces. The problem is that behind the artillery forces, there are some infantry forces. So if I go out of my defensive position, then there's a chance that the infantry will follow. I won't have time to go back into the defensive position afterwards. So it's a big risk I'm taking here. Alright, so what I might do is I might try to get these forces to follow them, and then they could maybe fire artillery shots as they are trying to go this way. I hate how they automatically face this way after going here. They did exactly what I predicted they would do. They fired an artillery shot on my forces while they were in their defensive positions, which severely wounded them. I don't have to say that for you to know that they're wounded. I mean, it's self-explanatory, it's an artillery shot. I think they would be able to fire an artillery shot here. But this is going quite well for me. It's going to be a smooth win if I play my pieces right. Alright, so they're not taking as much damage as I had initially hoped that they would. They're putting up a strong resistance against my forces. I also think that they're engaging my artillery units here, which is not desirable. And unfortunately, despite our best efforts, we cannot, and I mean we cannot, attack them with these artillery forces. Maybe if we change position. Yes, that column will have them face that way. Which would be extremely beneficial to our attack here. It looks like they're on the same side for a moment. The other French forces are coming. No, we're retreating from here. It's time to go back into square formation because this is a hopeless battle that cannot be won. And they should have changed formation if I'm not mistaken. Right, they're moving across the plains here. They're moving across the road, so we didn't manage to deal as much damage as we initially hoped we would. I think that these forces are now out of stamina. So they have a lot of health, but they're out of stamina now. Alright, I think that we managed to defeat their artillery forces. Now it's time to go back into the square defensive formation. If we manage to set them up here, then they won't really be able to cross. And we could set them up into perfect square formation over here. That would be a great hindrance to their offense. The enemy has not noticed that they're under artillery fire. Because they're still trying to march forward instead of marching towards the forces here. I don't think that human players would have done this. The AI seems to be making big mistakes. Alright, so for some reason, I don't know if it's a bug or a feature in the game, they're not really able to do anything. Or maybe I'm just not understanding what the game is doing, what's happening in the game. So these people heavily outnumber our forces. So the only way we can win this conflict is if we play extremely defensively. Now, these forces here are retreating. If we set them up here, they could fire artillery shots on the opponent. I'll bring these forces out of defensive formation so they could march here and support them. Alright, now they're going back into square formation over here. Alright, one of our artillery forces has perished. Luckily, the forces in the city have yet to perish due to the massive fortifications of the city. And they're dealing heavy blows to the opponent. They have heavily wounded them. I believe that it's a mechanic where the closer the opponent is, the more damage they will get from the artillery shots. Or that's what appears to be happening. Alright, so if they want to cross, they'll have to go through the massive square formations of my forces. They have 3 units over here. One of them is heavily wounded. And we have... Yes, one of them is heavily wounded and the other is somewhat wounded. But we still have strength in numbers. So I'm not sure what the opponent's move will be now. But it appears that they have accomplished their goal of moving these forces through here. But I don't think that I will be able to get the stream to 2 hours. But I'll have to see what will happen. You know what, I'll skip the turn now. I don't know if I should get these forces back here, because then I'm giving these pieces full control over this area here. They could maybe set up entrenchments in this area. Not entrenchment, fortifications. So it wouldn't be a wise move to have them retreat through here. And it would take far too long for them to retreat. So I'll keep them here in case the opponent tries to set up entrenchments here, or fortifications. Alright, that's this turn. Hopefully I managed to get these artillery forces safely over here, so they can focus on the opponents. They would be able to fire from here, which would be perfect. Because what I'm seeing now is that the opponent is standing still without moving. They're almost dead. So if I can get the artillery here, then we could deal a final killing blow. And they'll either have to move up on the square formation here, or they'll die. I'm not sure what these forces here are doing, but they're not going to accomplish much this way. I'll send this force here, and I'll wait for the opponent's next move. But the bridge has basically been blocked, and it's about to get blown up by artillery. So they'll have to do something eventually. Meanwhile, I'm firing on these opponents, who are out of stamina, and right where I want them. I think that we have severely overestimated the enemy's forces, due to how much they have. But strength in number doesn't always mean victory. We've dealt heavy casualties to the opponent. It's really anyone's game at this point. It's quite uncertain what they'll do. Right, they're moving them this way. Maybe to set up fortifications here in the forest. Alright. They'll be able to fire on them next turn. So if they stay here, then they'll die. Nothing is happening over here. So yeah, next turn. Alright, now I'm seeing what they're doing. They have finally decided to move up on my forces. The wounded forces are over here, and now they're moving their forces here swiftly to assist in this assault here. But they're coming with two forces. I'm in a massive defensive position with these forces, which are 4. I also have a lot of artillery, which does give me a massive advantage over them. Alright, I don't know if they can fire their cannon yet. We'll have to see what will happen. I don't think that they fully set up their defense. Alright, now they're moving most of their forces this way. Maybe it wasn't much of a smart move to keep this force here, because if they manage to make it over here, they could set up a second defensive position here, or third defensive position. This is quite an intense game. I was luckily able to take advantage of my I was luckily able to take advantage of my number of my artilleries, not number of artilleries. I'll rephrase that. I was able to take advantage of my strength in numbers. Anyways, I'm way too focused on the game to commentate. But these forces don't appear to be firing on them. Maybe it's because of the low stamina. And they still can't fire on them for some reason. Oh no, wait, it's the attack phase, not the order phase. Alright, they're moving swiftly now. Luckily they sent the weakest force first. We might be able to fire on them if they go this way. They're setting their forces up directly under my line of fire. So they're making big miscalculations over here, which will cost them their forces. So I could shift my focus over to here. But they still cannot fire on them. That's strange. Well, I think these forces are going to be my main threat. But I think they're mostly militia forces, which are not that good. They're not experienced, and they're the cheapest force, if I'm not mistaken. So I don't think that they'd be much of a threat yet. Especially since I have my cannons aimed directly at them. My battle phase. This is when the cannons are set to fire. This should be top priority right now. This is not only my most important order, but also the only order. So if they do not fire, then it is either a feature in the game, maybe their stamina, or it could be a glitch. Well, I'm heavily reliant on the cannons right now. I think that the AI may have also glitched out right now because they're not doing anything. Right now they do something. It says bogged down, but what does bogged down mean? Maybe I wasn't able to fire on them for some reason. I'll try again. These forces can't do anything either. So currently they have this red thing, which could be their stamina, so they can't do anything at the moment. But one of them should be firing, if I'm not mistaken. So it's very weird that they're not doing anything. You know, I don't know why the artillery is in square formation. But yeah, the game has started to glitch out, and I have to end the stream soon. So I'm going to play it very risky, and I'll try to charge these forces over here, and set up another defense on that side of the bridge, since the artillery are not doing anything or firing. And these forces here are pressuring us to move. Or no, I could also just skip the turn faster, so I could end my stream off faster. I'd maybe have to devote next Thursday on this stream, because I have 2 other streams scheduled today, and I can't really give this game justice. Overall, I think it was a very incredible game, even in its early alpha stages. Or actually, late was the right word. It's in its late alpha stages. It's almost in beta now. So I think that it's very incredibly done. The graphics are good, the music is good. Gameplay could be choppy, maybe laggy, and also sound glitchy, but I'd say that the gameplay is also quite good, and it has a lot of potential. I'd give this game, in its current stage, 3.5 out of 5 stars. in its current state, but it has a potential to be a 5-star game. Like, I'm hesitant to really call these things glitches, because maybe I'm not understanding the game, but there are some things which were just very weird. I'm not sure if it's glitches, I'm not sure if it's a feature. For example, why are they in square formation even though I didn't command it? And I can't change their formation. Mayhaps they're underwater or something. And they're not firing on them. Maybe the trees are blocking them. But I mean, they could easily fire on them, so... Oh wait, I know what's happening. So they are behind these forces. And the reason that they cannot fire is because they can't see. They're at the back. And they're at the front line. So what I have to do is... now I get it. Alright, I don't know why you did that. So what I'll do is, I'll switch them around. So these forces are switching to reserves, because they have low stamina. So these forces will now start firing on them. Hopefully it won't be in vain, and I will be on time. I'm taking a huge risk by bringing them here. Alright, anyways. So now they're going to switch around for his turn. And these forces are going to slowly approach our line of defense. Anyways, so now they should be switched around. Yeah, they're facing that way, so I think that they're changing something at least. Oh, wait a minute. Maybe this is how you're supposed to change the direction in which they look. Maybe that's what I did there. Alright, so I'll try to move them there. And maybe if they could get at the back of these opponents, then I could shoot artillery fire at them from the back. If they engage them this way, then I could push forward with these units. If they do not engage, then it will be eliminated. Or they could maybe push forward and they will have to engage my square formations. So I have a new strategy now. The problem is that these units are swiftly approaching my square formations as well. And we can't quite overestimate the square formations, because at the end of the day they're going to probably defeat us if they throw enough units. and a lot of these units are also wounded. So it's definitely going to be close. Maybe if I find out a way for the artillery to fire on them, then we could maybe win the battle. But we'll have to see. This is quite a close fight. Alright, these units are still on the mountain. They're swiftly approaching. I don't think it will be a win, but it will be a massive... There'll be a massive battle before there's a defeat. Like, I'd say that we'd be able to do as much damage as possible before we are defeated. I'm trying to see if they can fire on them now. We don't cancel that order. Alright, so what I'm going to do now is... Alright, so I'm going to select these ones. I'm going to send them this way. And then I'm going to use these units exclusively. And I'll send them to the front line. Not exclusively, I'll send these units to the back of the line since they have no stamina. I'll send them to the front of the line, which will allow them to fire on these forces and these forces over here. Meanwhile, maybe they could recharge their stamina and then approach these forces from the back and defeat them with artillery fire. They were bogged down, so they can't really move. It's going to be a very close encounter here. I'm not really confident in my abilities to get a win at the moment. I'll see if I can just fire on them with these opponents on their own. But it's funny how the entire forces, not the internal forces, the entire offensive here has just frozen to a halt. The AI was quite intelligent, noticing that there is a square formation here, which will not allow them to do much. So I think that we could also give the AI a high score in terms of intelligence. But then again, we can't give too much credit to the AI. We cannot give too much credit to AI because, I mean, they don't really seem to be playing too intelligently. They could have at any point engaged the artillery units which were stationed here and taken them down with their amounts of units. But they allowed me to deal a heavy amount of damage to their units without doing anything back, which was very beneficial for me, and it allowed me to freely deal as much damage as I want to. Anyways, I think that these units are basically defeated already, and they're blocking the path for these units. Alright, so these units appear to be moving this way, so they're making good progress. Now the main question will be if they will be facing this way or facing that way. The mechanics are somewhat goofy of how you can get the units to face the way they want them to. So it's quite goofy mechanics. That's maybe something else that you can focus on fixing. Alright, so now their forces are arriving. My cannons are making good progress, or in other words, my artillery. Alright. Let me have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 units here. But their main focus is really on these two, or these 3 units. This bridge is basically the key point that everyone is currently aiming to get. I'm not sure why the AI doesn't chase after my artillery here with these units, or why they are really reluctant to use these units at all in any way. I'll have to unfortunately lay down my arms soon, since this stream cannot take up too much of my time. The stream will be quite uninteresting for VOD viewers to watch. Alright, so I'm ending the game now. I'm going to march on these units and break these units out of square formation. This is a horrible move. This was what was keeping all of these forces from engaging me. It's basically a suicide mission, because I have to leave soon. So I'm selecting this. Out of square formation, you go. And now we're going to order them to march on these units in the bridge. I'd be extremely shocked if we manage to defeat the opponents. They're really standing inside these opponents. This is very glitchy. Next turn, I'll order them to directly march on these units. Yeah, it's basically over now. And this is basically me quitting the game without literally quitting. Alright, so basically it's a fun game. I already said my opinion on it. 3.5 out of 5 stars. Very good. There are some things they could improve on, like optimization and fixing some of these glitches. That's basically it. I enjoyed playing this game, and it's very unfortunate that I'd have to cut the stream short. I should have chosen a better day where I had nothing else to do to play this. Basically what I thought was that I have to get the stream out there as soon as possible, since I promised them that I would play this game. Okay, no, undo that. We're basically engaging the opponents in direct conflict when they outnumber us heavily. Yeah, basically given up. It would be extremely funny if I still found a way to win this one. Well, this is basically the Leroy Jenkins of this game, except without being funny or a meme. It's basically full-on Leroy Jenkins at this point. Yup, engage the superior forces which outnumber you with inferior forces that are lower in HP. Actually, they're higher in HP or health. That's more accurate. I'm using less technical terms for some reason. But this is basically the end. I could even quit the game if I wanted to. And we'll decrease VSync at the FPS to 60. I'll decrease the graphics to low. Or no, medium could also be good. Alright, and now the game is completely frozen. It might even crash. This is far more smoother. But no, they're running away now. That's weird. Oh yeah, the goal was to eliminate 50% of the opponent's forces. So technically, we could still win this. If we just managed to take out these opponents in the bridge, then we could. But that's highly unlikely, and I already addressed it's a suicide mission. But yeah, there also isn't an option to save the game. At least I don't think so, so I was forced to give up early on this match. But I hope that the developers don't take it the wrong way, because I don't mean any disrespect by quitting the game early. I just had to leave because I had to do something. I also have 3 separate streams planned on this day. So I can't really spend more than 2 hours on one single game. And that's a very big shame. Because I really wanted to give this game a chance. Or really a good chance. I want to do like at least 3 matches, but I maybe underestimate the time it would take for one match to finish. They're moving that way for some reason. And their cannons are doing exactly what I thought they would do. Now, at this point I might as well quit because the odds are so inconceivable. You know, I absolutely have to leave now. It's been 2 hours. I can't even wait for the match to finish. I apologize to the viewers of the stream for quitting early, but I absolutely have to go now. It's been 2 hours. It was a fun game. I would say my opinions on it again, but I would be repeating myself. Fun game, good music, good mechanics, just a bit glitchy, good graphics. Overall 3.5 out of 5 stars. Anyways, I bid all my viewers farewell, and I apologize to developers if quitting the game early was disrespectful. It is a good game, and I could not recommend it enough. I am excited to see what the future holds for this game.